Yo, hey, how's it going, DV? I noticed you. I'm thinking this is you. You joined the Discord. Thanks for that. The memory Discord. That's what I mean. So, I was a little discouraged over the past 2 days, just because I'm not in. Like, we have to implement some new mechanics. Well, no, we don't have to implement new mechanics, but we do have to like add them to the levels. And I guess we're just switching. How do I explain this? Did I fix the bug? Are you talking about? I think if you were on my last stream, are you talking about with the zip lines, like these objects here? I honestly haven't worked on the game since then. But I know what to do. My main problem is figuring out how to design these levels to be better, and I feel like that's going to be the hardest part of this demo. So I'm actually switching things up and working on the teleporter mechanic right now. Just because I was brainstorming earlier today, and I thought, hey, this might be kind of fun. So yeah, we're gonna work on the portals today, actually, and hopefully that'll inspire me to keep working on the what are they? The zip lines. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna rewrite the zip line mechanic altogether. So that's why I'm kind of like, no, I'm kind of ignoring it right now because. I just want to finish everything that we have so far. So we're gonna try introducing this mechanic here. So I just realized these objects here, I guess they're, what is this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. They're 31 pixels long, which is weird. 31. Oh no, they're not 31. They're, what is this? I think we should stretch them a bit, like to at least make them 32 or maybe 24, just so that everything is consistent with the sizes here. I'm gonna go into the file itself and see what's going on there. Let's just give that a second. Alright, so it's 28 by 16. I think we'll do either 24 or 32. I don't think we should do 28 because it's a little odd. I think we'll try 24. And what I'll do for now is I think I'm just gonna delete 2 of these. No, we're gonna make a new texture here. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. How late is it? It's we just hit noon. It's 12:30 right now. Usually my window's open, but it's kind of chilly today. You usually see light coming in. I think we'll do it. I'm just gonna replace the texture that we already have here. I'm actually not sure what we called it, so I'm just gonna call it I mean, it was called teleporter, but I don't know the directory. If it's here, it'll replace the file, but it's not. Okay. Oh, there we go. So we'll go here, replace that here, change the sizes of these to like that. Alright, room 69. And what we do with these objects is I just connect a node here. So, you know, we should rename this to teleporter. That way these names update when we add them. There we go. So I think initially the reason why they were a weird size was because they were correct on the y-axis, but not on the x-axis. This is going to be 270. Here 90. So will the game have any enemies like demons or Grim Reaper, demon dragons? There will be NPCs. I'm not sure if we'll have like actual. So I did code some enemies in the earlier stages of the game, but they don't look as good. I would like to add enemies, and I do have some ideas for enemies, but right now I've just been focusing on the level design. Oh, we need to connect them. There we go. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, and one other thing we have to do is I think we slowed down our time in game. Out. Here's our physics process. Oh, thanks, Eugenes. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with how the levels turned out here. Now we're at this point where I have to start implementing the new mechanics now. So that's this teleporter here. I'm not entirely sure. One, I don't really like the way they look at the moment. But I won't focus too much on that. I want to make sure that the actual mechanic works properly, and it's gonna work similar to how it works if you've ever played the game Portal by Valve. It basically keeps your physics. So I think that's what it's doing right now. But let's say we had a portal down here on the bottom and it was connected here. I want to make sure that we like keep the same velocity that we had going downwards and basically, convert it to going horizontally. And that shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see. Oh, and another thing it does is that it resets our dash, so we could dash through and then dash again. We'll mess around with what it actually does, but yeah, we could do that. Oh, and we also have to fix the positioning. You'll see here, like, we're spawning at the origin. So the origin of this object is like right here, and then the origin for this one is up here. So I have to make sure that they're consistent with each other. And obviously we need to add like sounds and polish it a bit, and maybe add some more particles to the player as they're coming out from the teleporter. We'll see. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is make sure that, let's see here. I think I overcomplicated this. I was like, oh, if player can teleport, we should remove all of this. What I should do instead is add a timer to our teleporter. So the second it's been activated, it can't be activated again. So we'll wait like 0.2 seconds, 0.5 seconds, and then we could teleport. But at that point, we've already like exited the hitbox of this object. Yeah. So let's see here. We have suck player. I kind of want to just rewrite this whole thing. Yeah, because we have... Let's just do this. Actually, we'll just do active. So we have this can teleport, and we have a state for our player that checks. I think maybe we can get rid of the state altogether. Whatever the state the player is in, it'll like basically just keep that state. Unless the only thing is, if we're in the false state, and let's say we have a teleporter that's going down and then another teleporter going up, we would go down. And I don't think we have like something that checks for going from the fall state to the jump state, or like going from the fall state to like an upward state. Usually an upward state is like a jump or a bounce. Let me look at our player code actually. Yeah, there's so many things to like. Earlier, I got like super discouraged because like there's still so much to do, and I'm like trying to get everything done by December. So yeah, that's like this month. Yeah, I mean this month and November, I'd like to finish everything up. So that's 2 months. I think if I have to make sure I have the like willpower and dedication to like just keep pushing through. We'll see. So, what is this game all about? It's basically about the afterlife, or like about the player dying. If you've ever seen the movie Soul, it's like a kids movie, but it's like I feel like it has some pretty good like. I think it's pretty deep for a kids movie. So, yeah, it's kind of like someone dies and they're trying to figure out why they died, and they're exploring this afterlife, and there are a bunch of other lost souls, but then you start to realize, hey, maybe I'm the lost soul, or like I'm a lost soul, and the story goes from there. But the thing is, there might be. I'm thinking there's not going to be any dialogue in the game, so I have to create like the story just through the the environment and everything like that. So let's see. We have the. I think I called it teleport 2. Yeah, we have this can teleport and yeah, I think we should get rid of this can teleport thing. And we'll just have our portal handle like all of the physics behind it. Yeah, I could release the game the way it is. It's just like you critique yourself. Like, I mean, obviously there's a certain point where you just have to like say, hey, this is good enough. But yeah, my ego keeps telling me, hey, like you can do better. So like I keep postponing my release dates. But yeah, I'm pretty set on December, so we'll see. I think we could definitely do it. I finished most of like the beginning chapter. So yeah, like I have. Originally, I only had the first and second chapter, but now what I'm doing is I'm literally just condensing all of those chapters into one chapter for the demo. So yeah, this is just going to be the showcase of all of our mechanics. And then, yeah, I'll release it and see what people think. It's also like pushing me to actually finish, because I feel like when I don't have a deadline, I kind of slack off a bit. Alright, so let's try removing all of this teleport stuff. It's gonna take me a hot minute to get used to our code again, since I haven't looked at it in a while. So state.teleport, we're just going to comment this out for now. Oh my god, there's going to be a lot of commenting out. Maybe I should just erase it. We'll just leave it for now. You know what? No, we're going to erase it all. Oh, wait. Whoops. So we have a state.teleport, and then we also have a states.teleport too. The states.teleport is actually our zipline. It was me messing up our names. Originally, I wanted to make a teleport mechanic, but then I switched it to the zipline mechanic, so we're getting rid of it. Oh, yo, Black Titan, how's it going, man? Thanks for the raid. I set up this thing with Streamlabs to like share when things like that happen, but it doesn't seem to work. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, if you don't have a deadline, you'll never release your game. That's kind of why. Yeah, that's why I set the deadline for December. I told myself, hey, enough is enough. We're gonna release our game in December, and if it doesn't work, what I told myself was that like if this doesn't work out, I'm probably going to not stop doing game dev, but like stop taking this project too seriously. Like I might do some other stuff on the side. Oh my god, to show it off? Alright, let's do it. So I'm redesigning most of the levels now, so I'm only gonna show I'm not gonna show my other mechanics, but I will show Here, I'll show the beginning chapters of the new demo that's coming out. Let me switch my headphones. Alright. Thanks for hyping up my game, Titan. Alright, so there are a lot of subtle changes that I've made since my last demo. It might not be too noticeable, but in the back end there's been a lot of updates made. So one thing that I've done recently is I can show you what the world looks like now. So this is the demo world. So I'm gonna basically condense all of the old chapters into just one demo chapter. I've scraped, like, you might see there are so many rooms. There are like a bunch of rooms here, but these are the rooms that I'm not using. I've kind of just been like collecting all the ones that I like, and I've been throwing it into basically this little area here. And then I'm also grabbing rooms from the second chapter and just throwing them in there. But yeah. One thing I've also been doing is like reducing the size of each of our rooms. I've basically been like limiting it to the size of our screen, but one thing that I really like about doing this is that I have to get like super creative, because like now, you know, you're creating bounds for yourself, and so you just have to work with what you've got. And I think that's been helping me a lot with level design. Oh, there we go. You know, why doesn't it show that I got a raid? Thanks for the follow, Chicky. Yeah, I wonder why it didn't show the raid. I'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I've been like only using the size of this room so that we get like more creative with our level design. All right, time to stop showcasing. Or time to start showing the game off. One other thing, I have to fix the volume here. Alright, there we go. Okay, so there are a lot of things that I learned with like level design, and it's like introducing the mechanics. So a lot of these earlier levels are very, very simple. Oh, and I'm sure you'll be happy to know, Titan, that this game is a lot easier now. Or I think it's a lot easier. I'm hoping it's a lot easier. I think I'll get a lot less complaints about the difficulty now. But my way around that is I'm going to be introducing a bunch of like hidden secret rooms and like collectibles, and those will be harder to get. And the game will still get harder as you go, but progressively harder. There are still diagonal dashes in the game like this, but I think because a lot of people are going to be playing the game on keyboard and mouse, I feel like I'm going to reduce the amount of times diagonal dashes are required. Oh, and here's an example of like where I plan on putting like a hidden room. So like the typical way to get across from here is to, you know, land it here, go here, go through these springs, and then you get across. But if you wanted to like speedrun the game, and there's going to be a speedrun option, so like you'll see I have the time here, the total amount of deaths, stuff like that. You can restart here, and when you're going from here, you could dash up, and then you can try to get up there, but it's going to be really hard for most players. But if you understand the mechanics, or you're like really good at reaction times, you'll be able to get up here. There'll be a collectible there's gonna be a collectible like right here. But what I'm gonna also do is I'm gonna put a wall right here, a one-way wall. So you can only go through this side, but you can't go across the other way. Kind of similar to this platform right here, where you can, you could dash through it, or like, try that again. You could jump through it from the bottom up, but you can't go down. And I think I'm gonna also remove the ability to, like, if I press down jump, that allows me to, like, remove my my collision with this object. But I think I'm gonna remove that so that we can have more like clever rooms. We'll see how it goes. And you'll see here this dash orb right here. It resets your dash, but it's very simple now. Or like the introductory levels for this is a lot simpler now. So you'll understand how the mechanic works, and then it'll just get more complicated as you go. This is me sharing the dash orb with a spring, and then we have something like this where it gets even harder. I think it's harder. Well, I think it's harder, but I don't know how difficult it is. We'll see once people play test. And then this is even harder. And then, okay, so yeah, this room, I'm hoping to teach players how to, like, use a combination with grabbing the wall and dashing. I'm really not sure how to introduce the mechanic, or like how to make it work. I think this is actually a little too hard, so you have to like time it perfectly. Yeah, like that. So yeah, I think maybe I'll push this up a little higher, or bring this platform down a bit. So yeah, that's what I've got so far. Obviously I have like a lot more rooms, but these are like all of the redesigned rooms. And then going forward, we're gonna follow the same, I guess, the same structure of like simple rooms, medium tier difficulty rooms, and then hardest rooms, showcasing the mechanic, or then like a combination of all the mechanics, similar to how this one has the dash orb and the spring like simultaneously. Yeah, Titan knows monochrome is the best. I think that's why we enjoy each other's games so much, because we share a similar theme. I also need to I need to take some lessons from Titan and up my sound design, because right now they're a little whack. I actually have a friend who's gonna help me, but he's been pretty busy lately. Oh yeah, it's expected to die a lot. That's why we have this. That's why we have the death counter to make fun of the player while they're playing the game. I'll probably add an option to disable this if you don't want to be constantly reminded, but yeah. Right now, it's there. Oh, thanks. I guess I'm criticizing my game a little bit too much, but yeah, there are some sounds that I'd like to update, like the dash orb. I don't like the way it sounds. I think it's too. Let me see it again. Oh. So another thing I think we'll have to update is how. Why are we falling so fast? Okay, yeah, I think we're falling really fast because I removed the teleport state. Let's see. No, I didn't remove the teleport state, but I think. We'll have to figure out what to do there. I mean, that's the point of this stream. We're going to be working on the teleport. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be an achievement for deaths. Maybe like when you hit 1,000 or like 5,000. We'll see. I'm actually proud. Like in Celeste, they show your deaths. Like every time you play the game, they'll show your total amount of deaths. I feel like I feel like I like showing it off. Not showing it off, but it shows that, you know, hey, I've played this game a lot. I've died enough times to know what I'm doing in Celeste. Okay, so, you know, before we do anything, I should back up all of my code here. Give me 1 second. So I think there have been moments when I was working on this mechanic that I've added the teleport state, then I removed the teleport state, then I added it again. And I think we're at this point where I'm going to remove it one last time. Hopefully this is the last time. Alright, there we go. So, what kind of games are you guys working on? I know Vivek said that they're working on enemies and now a tile map. Oh, nice. Oh, actually, I think I saw you write that on Titan's stream earlier. All right, the teleport still should work. It's just gonna be a little weird. Let's see what happens. Okay, and if we go through. Yeah, it's the same exact thing. Alright. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add more instances of teleporters in this room. So let's do one that goes... Let's remove this. I'm going to remove all these spikes here. Alright, so we want one teleporter like this, and then another one. Yeah, I guess we'll do one like this. But if this is the case, if we're going down, we want to make sure that we reset the players, like, so if we're jumping down here, we want to, like, you know, reverse that velocity. So whatever the velocity is right here, so like, I think our cap velocity is 300. When we teleport to this portal, it'll make it, well, yeah, right now it's, it's 300 going down here, but then it'll be negative 300 when we teleport out. It won't be too powerful, but it'll be like a super jump. Maybe like it'll kind of act like a, what's it called? A spring. Let's make sure we connect this one to this one. This is teleport node 4. Alright, so what I think will happen here is we're going to jump down and we'll just land back here. Or we might keep teleporting back and forth. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. That's why we had the teleport state. So yeah, that's all it does right now. It basically keeps our velocity. So how do I want to do this? We're going to want to create something that records. There's only 4 directions that we can look at. So like our teleport portal is either going to be looking at, you know, This is 0 degrees. To the right is 90. Downward is 180. Left is 270. Let me see if we have anything that records. Okay, so our outgoing direction is vector 2 rotation dot pi, or rotation minus pi divided by 2. I'm just going to print this out to see what it is. And I'll write this in our ready function. Let's do get name and outgoing direction. Okay, so we're mainly concerned with this one right here. That's teleport node 3. Teleport node 3 is 0, -1. Teleport node 4 is 0, -1. Yeah, so that's correct. What's kind of weird is that teleport node, like this one right here, is -1 and then -0.00001. I guess because it's 270 here and this is 90. I won't worry about it too much. At least not yet. So this is the teleport player function. Let's see. Oh, thanks for the follow, Vivex. Alright, yeah, so this is it. We're gonna have to grab... I think we could just multiply the player's motion by... Oh! So right here, player.motion is equal to export teleport node dot outgoing direction. I don't know why I did it like this. We should do times equals. I'm not entirely sure if this will fix it though. There's only one way to find out. Alright, I'll see you around, Titan. Have a good night. There we go. That's kind of like what we wanted. Let's see if the same thing happens here. It's kind of hard to get there. Okay, so So dashing through is kind of an issue here. On the right side, it's fine. Or like going from the left to the right is fine, but then going from the right to the left is not, and that's because of this player.motion times equals outgoing direction. Outgoing direction. I think what we should do is we should check if the player's direction is already going in the same direction. So if our player.motion.x or player.motion.y is equal to the outgoing direction, then we shouldn't do anything. So let's do that. If player, we'll only handle the x. Yeah, I think we only have to handle the x motion for now. So if player.motion.x is greater than, let's try to see if we have a variable to check for the player's direction. I mean, we could grab their scale. That would technically grab their direction. But I wonder if I have an actual value for it. We do have a dash direction. That could work. But it's not only the dashes that we have to worry about. So let's see something. You know, I already know one way to do it. We're just going to do it that way. If player.motion.x is less than 0 and teleport node dot outgoing direction. So I think we might want to have like if statements both for the vertical axis and the horizontal axis. We'll see. So we'll do this for now. But then I think we'll have another if statement. You know, let's just see if this works. And then we'll handle the y-axis afterwards. Okay, so it does work if we go into like a... We do that. Well, that's not what we want. Okay. And then... Whoa. Alright, so yeah. It does work for the x-axis, so like now let's figure out what to do with the y-axis. You know, so these should always be false. On the y-axis as well, so I'm wondering why it doesn't work. Player.motion. Let's try this. No, this should have worked either way. Let's try this again. Okay, teleporting player 0.00. Okay, yeah, so that's the issue. The issue is that we're getting like this weird small value. Let me see here. It should just be 0, but I guess rotation degrees is always like this weird. This sort of thing always happens. Let me see here. 59. So we can kind of like set bounds for it. So like if it's like at least one what's it called? If it's at least 1 degree close to 0, we'll set it to 0. But let me just see. I'm gonna look at our spring because I know our spring does something similar, and I'm wondering how we did it in the past. Match into rotation degrees. So that's what I did here. So we could do something like that, and we could just reset the rotation degrees to equal whatever this is here. I think. Well, I'm hoping this will fix it. So we're actually gonna make a function for this. Oh yeah, programming is really fun. But you know, it's not too bad right now because like I know what's happening, like I know what's wrong. But you know, it's a different story if I can't figure out what was causing this issue. And I actually don't know why this happens with Godot, because like I guess there's an issue with converting degrees into radians. If I had to guess, that's what the problem is. Is it radians? You know, like not degrees, but using pi as your value. Match bounce direction. So what we could do here, outgoing direction is a vector 2. So yeah, actually what we could do here, instead of converting our rotation to whatever these values are here, we'll put it here. We'll say outgoing direction is equal to this. And then we'll put this in our ready function. Oh, thanks, eTunes. Alright, so yeah, this should work. I'm gonna comment this out for now, just in case we have to go back to it. There we go. I'm just trying to... Yeah, I think it works properly now. Obviously, we're gonna have to figure out what to do here. So I think if our rotation, or if our velocity is like... Right now, our velocity on the y-axis is basically 0. And I think if we do collide with one of these teleporters, I do want to add some velocity to the players, just so that it looks more realistic. And we're also going to have to fix the global position of our player, because right now it looks kind of silly. Like, we're always starting on the right, on the left side of this object here. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do there just yet. Like, how do we determine where to put the player? Like, obviously, if you entered this side of the teleporter, you should enter this side. Or if you're, if you're on this side, you should enter this side. Honestly, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. I think basically since our origin is right here... trying to think, because it's not it'd be a lot easier if it was centered, because we could just grab the direction to the origin, grab the player's direction towards the origin and then add it here. But the thing is, sometimes these things are going to be flipped, or these two right here are flipped. So this distance, the origin is right here for this one, but then the origin for this one is over here. So I think what we could do is multiply, I don't know, the difference between these two, and then add it. I don't know. We'll see. I think for now we're just gonna have it come from the center. So whatever the center is. Oh yeah, we could just do that. We could just add a center node, or we can grab let's see. Oh, thank you. Smooth. Thank you, eTunes. I've never played Oddworld, so let me check. Let me see what you mean. Do I want to release the game on Christmas? I don't know if I'm gonna release the full game on Christmas. But I'm definitely going to release some version of the game on Christmas, or around Christmas. I'm hoping before Christmas, actually. I'm trying to find these teleports from Abe's Oddworld. Whatever, I'll look for it later. I think I'm... close to finding one. I see something that's like close to a portal. But never mind. Alrighty. So what do we have to do now? Oh yeah, we're gonna look at the center node of our portal here. So we can grab whatever this is, our collision shape, or we could put it like right here. I think if we make it here, we might clip through. So yeah, I think right here would be fine. So let's do this. And I think we'll just do that. And then over here, we'll do export teleporter node. Oh yeah, export teleporter node dot center node dot global position. And there we go. Now we'll be in the center. I think we'll update. I think we'll want to make some updates to that later. But for now, let's see how it looks. Oh. Nice. So yeah, this is what we wanted. And now I want to see what it would be like to like combine these two. So like, let's say we have one over here that's connected to this one. We'd have to like fix. I think it's gonna be a little weird, but we'll see how it goes. Or like, if we drop down here, I want to see the collected gravity get applied here, which I think it should just work the way. No, it won't work. It won't work. We're basically going to have to compare what type of portal this is. So I'm thinking, if we are like accelerating, or if we're like falling like this, we should fall like this coming out of this portal. And if we're falling down this way, honestly, it doesn't have to necessarily follow like the physics of of like a real portal, so to speak. Like, I mean, like, in the Portal game by Valve, it does follow physics, but we can create our own physics, whatever we think is fun. So let's see. Let's just try connecting it and see what happens. So I'm going to connect this one to node 4. Actually, no. Let's connect this one to node 2. What? Wait, what? Oh, I never saved it. Okay, so when we crashed, and 2 it didn't work. Alright, sounds good, U-Tunes. Yeah, I couldn't find anything. I watched like a couple of videos. Oh, so the reason why we crashed is because it's not connected to anything. I don't think there's ever going to be a point where we don't have something connected, but I'll just move this out of the way for now. So let me think. I think what we'll have to do is compare these directions. So if this is a downwards, if this is a vertical one and this is a horizontal one, we're going to want to say yeah, basically switch the values. So the thing is, we're going to have to get like every instance. So if it's going from down to right, we're going to have to, you know, switch our downwards velocity to our right velocity. But then if it's our left direction, we have to make sure that we switch our down velocity to our left direction. I think we can kind of already figure that out with our teleport out direction. But yeah, we need to make sure. I think we're gonna have to want to compare this object's export teleport direction, basically just to see if it equals anything on the y-axis, and if it does, it won't equal anything on the x-axis, and then basically we just flip the y and x-axis. I think that's what we're gonna do. So what we'll do here is if outgoing direction dot y does not equal 0. Actually, let's do this. No, we'll try it out. Outgoing direction dot y does not equal 0, and export teleport node dot outgoing direction dot x it's not equal 0. We're gonna want to say, I guess, maybe we should create a variable that says like flip direction or something like that, or export variable flip direction. It's hard to figure out, like, do we want... So, yeah, going downwards would flip our direction, but if we're going towards the left into this, do we want our dash to force it to go upwards now? These are questions we have to ask ourselves. And I think we do. We want to flip it no matter what. So right now we're just going to handle it for the first one. So if outgoing direction does not equal 0 and export teleport node dot outgoing direction does not equal 0, we're going to say player dot motion times equals teleport node dot outgoing direction. How do we do this? I think this is what we'll do. We'll do player dot motion. Let's do this. Temp Okay, so I think that's all we have to do, and then this will handle everything else. I hope that's how it'll work. Player.motion.x is less than. So yeah, this is only going to be from going to a vertical teleporter to a horizontal one. If this works, then we'll handle the other direction as well. So it didn't work. Okay, so it does kind of work, but the issue is that the second I let go of our player, um, we already lose velocity. So if I were to do this, it'd be a little better. Oops. So if we move, it's fine. So it makes me wonder, maybe we should add some sort of velocity to the player. So yeah, like we dash downwards. I want to see what happens if we do this. We dash sideways into it. Well, this is never going to happen, but... What's that? So it makes me wonder if we want to have more, like, momentum in our game. Because, like, right now, if you don't press anything, you stop moving almost immediately. It's good for, like, I guess, precision platforming, but it doesn't work as well for this mechanic here. Let's see what happens if we remove stopping friction. Maybe we just make it... I don't know if I should do this, because if we do remove stopping friction, it's going to mess with so many other things. Let's try running friction. It doesn't even seem to make much of a difference. Oh, but this is in our falling state, so it doesn't actually matter. Motion.x times equals running friction in our fall state. Let me comment that out as well. Let's see what happens. Oh, yep, that's what happens. Let's see if we have at least. Let's see if we have the right idea with this. Oh my god, how are we gonna make this work? So it kind of works. guess now we just have to figure out how to balance the two. I think we could theoretically maybe just make our stopping friction a lot slower. But I don't know. I mean, we could also freeze our player's motion for like a split second, or like 5 seconds, maybe. I think what we'll have to do is make our... Basically, we'll have to figure out how to make our gravity, or our motion on the x-axis, work very similar to how our motion works for our movement. For the most part, we don't have any friction. Oh, we do have friction for... Do we have a friction for our y-axis? Yeah, there's no z-axis. Since we're only working in 2D. I think people usually use the z-axis for their jump. I think that's usually how they do it. If you're in 3D. So, what's wrong with the portals? There's not necessarily anything wrong with the portals. Like, actually, the the portals are working fine now. It's a matter of figuring out what type of physics we want to have. Because like, well, I think it's disabled right now. So I disabled all the friction in our game. So you'll see I keep moving forward. I'm not pressing anything. We're technically, I think we're in the idle state right now. No, we are technically in the move state, but there's no input from our player. So like I'm pressing left once, or I'll press right once, and we keep moving. Because there's no friction. So this works great with our portals if we have no friction, because if I jump down here, it's going to be really hard to do because our friction is just crazy. So you see, that's kind of perfect. We grab the velocity on our y-axis and it pushes us forward. The thing is, because we have no... It's hard to figure out how we should balance this. Because we still need friction on the y-axis. But honestly, it's too fast. Let me think. So one way around this is to add velocity to the player and keep adding that velocity, and I think that's why we had that teleport state before. Another thing to do is just to not have portals that work this way. We could always just have portals that are either vertical or horizontal, and we won't convert vertical speed into horizontal speed. So yeah, that's also one option. It would be cool to figure out how we could get this to work, if we can get to work. Can you set the velocity speed? Yeah, so what I do here is when I drop down here, my velocity turns into my y velocity turns into x velocity. The thing is, once we are using x velocity, if there's no input from the player, there's friction on the x-axis. So all of that built-up velocity gets slowed down really, really quick. So here, I'll show you. But honestly, we might keep it the way it is, because I can't think of a better way. I can't think of a way to keep our friction and keep that velocity simultaneously. So what was this? This was stopping friction here. Motion dot x times equals stopping friction, and then for our fall state we had running friction. So maybe what we could do, we could also try multiplying y. See, motion dot y times equals running friction. So this would slow down our gravity, but it might make the portals a little bit more consistent. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want that. So yeah, barely any velocity gets added to the player. So what we could do is like we could kind of fake it. What we could do is add a timer to our player, and we'll say the player's velocity is going to be this value for like 2 seconds, and maybe we'll add our own friction to it. So it's kind of like maybe gravity slows it down the same way it would have slowed down. Yeah, I think that could work. Try it out. So what we could do here is we're going to create another function called Heap player velocity. And we're also going to want to create a timer that says that keeps their time that keeps their velocity for a certain amount of time. I actually don't know if this will work properly, or if we're gonna get the desired effect. But there's only one way to find out. So we'll do heap velocity timer, and we'll do. Let's just do this. Unready var keep velocity timer node. Let's add a signal here. So we only technically need it for this one, so we'll do it here. So we'll say keep player velocity is equal to true, and keep what do we call it? Keep player velocity oh my god. Start. We'll make this one shot, and we'll try 0.5 seconds. And then somewhere in our physics process, we're gonna have to say, yeah, we'll do well, another thing that we want to do is keep player velocity equal to true. We want to make sure that let me try. Yeah, we could have this node do it. I think that's fine. Player.motion. When do we set player? So it's never null. We should probably fix that, but for now, let's just do if heap player velocity is equal to true. We should save this velocity somewhere. Thanks, Juho. Yeah, I still have your game. I downloaded your game. I'm gonna try it out pretty soon. Oh, that wasn't by you? I totally thought that was by you. Game equals 100%, then you will make more games in the future. That's facts, TV. I'm still gonna try it out. It does look like a good game. If if Heap player velocity is equal to true, what do we want to do here? We want to say, we need to save this player outgoing velocity. So over here, we could do this. We should still apply gravity to the player when this happens, so maybe we'll just preserve the x-axis. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I did download it on Steam. So yeah, I will re-download it. So actually, this is the first stream. If you missed the last couple of streams, it hasn't been too exciting. I've just been doing like short level design. It's nothing like spectacular, or, like nothing significant. Today, I think we're doing something that's kind of important, which is like updating the teleport mechanic, and that'll allow me to like make some more levels that hopefully are a lot more interesting. Player node.motion is equal to player outgoing velocity. And this happens when our timer starts. And so once our timer is done, we want to make sure that we're setting it back to false. So what was it called? Heap player velocity is equal to false. And I think we also want to set the physics process back to false. I don't know if we have physics process. We do. But I remember messing around with this, and when we restart our scene, it actually sets it back to true. So we're gonna have to fix that a bit. But for now, let's see what happens. Player node.motion. Player node.motion. I don't know why I said player node is equal to false. It should be null. This is on effects hitbox area. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna close this or cancel this for now. Alright, let's try it again. What you been grinding with, Chuho? Okay, so obviously this kind of looks silly, at least for now. But yeah, this is kind of like the effect that we wanted. But what we're gonna do here instead is we're gonna add gravity to oppose that movement. It does work though. I'm kind of happy with that. But yeah, it shouldn't look like this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the same exact gravity the player has. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna have to multiply the player's gravity times delta. So let's do that. So motion.y plus equals gravity. So yeah, let's do this. If our player outgoing velocity is greater than 0, then we're going to say player outgoing velocity should be .x. We want to subtract gravity from this. Gravity here is, it's positive, so we're going to have to subtract player.gravity times delta. So what we could also theoretically do is once this equals 0 is either if it equals 0 or if it matches the player's current speed and they're pressing like a value, because we don't want to force their motion to equal 0 before they can start controlling the player again or before their motion gets reset. So we're just going to check if this works, but then we're going to have another if statement that checks if our player outgoing velocity exceeds, or if our player motion, if our player outgoing velocity is less than our max motion, then we'll have our player motion take over. So yeah, that's how it'll kind of work. But for now, let's see if this works. Player know that gravity. So yeah, that's kind of what we wanted. It's a little silly at the moment, but it does work. But yeah, you'll see how we slow down before I'm able to control the player again. And then we also get this weird, like, I think it's because our timer is too short. So that's what's causing that. We can probably shorten the timer. Maybe that'll fix the issue altogether. So if we did 0.2 instead, as long as our timer is less than our max velocity, or like the timer hits like a certain value before our max velocity does, then it'll be fine. Like right there, it seemed like it was fine, but we do want to make sure we get like a lot in. Yeah, it kind of works. And we dash through. Yeah, there's so many instances that we're gonna have to fix. Like, we're gonna have to check if we're dashing through, if we're jumping through, if we're falling through. It's gonna be a lot. And I think we're gonna have to check our max velocity real quick. So our max velocity is 80, around 80. Yeah, it's a little less than 80. We can also record that value. So what we're gonna do here I'll have to fix it. Like right now we're hard coding all of this kind of stuff, which is it's not ideal, but we want to make sure that this like kind of mechanic works. So if player.outgoingvelocity.x is greater than -79 and move left, or end player node dot move left input. We're gonna want to say heap player velocity is equal to false. We're gonna want to do the same thing here. If it's less than 79, and I think we'll say less than 80. And we should make this into its own function. think we need this. Should add some comments to this. Yeah, I might like start adding comments later on, but let's see. I'll do it after the stream. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. So, one thing that is weird is that we're kind of floating for a split second. So we want to make sure that we're still adding gravity to the player on top of all of this. So since this is only going from from down or from vertical teleporters to horizontal teleporters, what we'll do here is on top of player.outgoing velocity, we're also going to say player. Another thing that we need to make sure of, we could also just do that. Set it to only the x-axis so that our player's y velocity doesn't change, or like the our player's gravity will take over. That. There we go. That way we don't have to worry about the players. Like if we're dashing through, it won't matter. It'll just keep the player's dash. I wonder if we dash like that. We're dashing downwards. We're like, obviously our direction is switching. But I wonder how it knows. Like technically our code, like for our player, is telling, or it's recording that we're actually going in the right direction, or in the left direction, but we're actually teleporting right. So if we had like something that relied on our player's direction, which we used to have, actually our like dashing downwards like this, it might, I don't remember, but I think it does collect does collect that information. Yeah, this is kind of nice. Okay. So we know that works. Now let's see. I'm gonna bring this back in. And I'm going to connect with this teleport node 4. Connect node 4 again. So because our velocity, our max velocity when gravity is being applied is like 300. This is what happens here. Like we can't go any higher. So it'd be cool if it brought us all the way back up here. So if we set our max velocity to something else, it would be make our game kind of cooler, but we'd fall so high. We'd fall really fast. What we could do is record how long we've been falling. Or we can increase our max velocity. Let's see. So our max velocity right now is 175. So if our velocity is too high, we also get some issues. Oh, we could technically fix that. Maybe 400 or what was it, 300? Let's try 200. Or maybe 250. So that's kind of better. So this is our max height. Kind of sucks that at 300, that's when our max velocity starts to like mess up, or like the hitbox doesn't register in time. This is pretty good. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's like we're in a loop. So I would have to see if this new velocity kind of messes with us, because certain rooms might be harder now. Especially our longer rooms. Basically, any rooms that require us to fall for a long period of time could mess us up. So yeah, like even right here, we fall a little faster. Yeah, we're falling too fast here. $175 was like that perfect number. I'm trying to think. Another thing we could possibly do is increase our airtime duration.
That would basically reduce the gravity speed, but it would increase the amount of time. Like, we could keep our max velocity at whatever that was, like 300, 275. But yeah, like, even stuff like this is kind of hard. You have to be a lot quicker. My controller died.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure what we could do to like preserve the player's velocity. Because if we were to like increase the velocity, like give basically on every teleporter, give them a minimum amount of velocity like to have, it's gonna look a little inconsistent because you're gonna slowly fall into one and then speed up coming out of the other one. I mean, I guess that could be a mechanic if we wanted it to. But I don't know, man. Yeah, you can see how fast we fall here. Maybe we can slow down the acceleration a bit. It's not a bad idea, actually, to make ourselves slow down. Just a tiny bit. I mean, speed up, basically, so... Let's see. We included... We kept it at 175. But then for our teleport...
if export teleporter node dot outgoing direction is equal to vector2 dot going up, we can say you just say it's negative 200. Negative 200 doesn't seem to be like much. So actually, I thought of an idea. What we could do is basically grab the player's velocity and just like multiply that by 2, maybe. And that'll give us like an interesting value. So 175, that would give us about like 3. That would give us 350, which might be a lot, but let's see. It actually doesn't look too bad. So yeah, this would be our max velocity. Brings us all the way up there, but if we were to just like fall into it like that, yeah, that's kind of nice. It actually might be a little too fast. We might want to make it like maybe 2.9. Let me see. Or, I mean, 1 point, let's see, 350 divided by 300 is 0.16, so it would be, minus 2, 1.83. Times 1.83. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. It's a little... I don't like how it's like a little inconsistent. Like if you jumped from here, you would expect that you could get up there, but I think if we added some sound effects and made the player realize that maybe they're
they are going a little faster outside, like out the portal. They're going faster. And I think if we do this for the x-axis, we might as well do it for the y-axis. I mean, if we're doing it for the y-axis, we might as well do it for the x-axis too. Because like right now, if you just dash through, you follow a certain speed. Only thing is with a dash on the x-axis, I think basically what we'd have to do is if you dash through a portal, it'll take you to a certain distance. Because like right now, it still follows whatever speed I was at. Like it just resumes our dash, but on the other side. So if we dashed right here, we would end up right here. But if we dashed right here, we would end up right here. Maybe we'll make it more consistent where if you dash through it at any speed, it'll always pop you up right here. Decisions. So then maybe what we'll want to do here is maybe we'll just want to do times 0.183 here. I mean 1.83 here. And then comment this out. What happened here? Player motion times export times 1.83. We'll have to add a timer to this as well. Like basically right now we're only using a timer for this, or a timer for going across. We'd have to figure it all out. So I think we're gonna rewrite this one last time, but I think this will be the final iteration. And we'll be set. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break here. We got a lot of time. Oh, the only thing is when it comes to our vertical velocity. That's another. There's so many like little things we're gonna have to consider. I mean, like we don't want to double gravity, that's for sure. So we'll have to figure out what to do there. And what happens if you dash into it? We will resume this later today or tomorrow. I'll see you guys.